Hey there, it's David. Welcome and welcome back to Cross Fitness, helping men and women get in the best spiritual shape of their lives, one workout at a time. Quick video thought here that I hope will encourage you. I'm calling it Don't Grow Weary, Harvest is Coming. Harvest is coming. I want to compare and contrast two words for time. The words chronos and kairos. Maybe you've heard of that in a devotion or a sermon or a book you've read, but chronos time is just this from which we get the word chronometer. It's just this waiting around time, routine, the rhythms of lifetime. Um, like you're waiting in line at Walmart, you're waiting in a traffic light line, and that's chronos time. Okay, it can be a little difficult to wait. Uh, but Kairos, this is this time that is pregnant with purpose. It's the harvest, it's the fulfillment. Let me give you some examples from the Word of God. Abraham, God had promised him a son, and this wasn't Ishmael. This was the promised son Isaac, and for 24 years, Abraham and Sarah waited for the promise. And then God showed up. That was all Chronos time, just waiting, just living life one day at a time, waiting on the promise of God. And then, the Lord came by and says, this time next year, you're going to have a baby. You see, it was shifting to Kairos. Chronos was shifting to Kairos. Moses, same way. He spent 40 years in Chronos time on the backside of the desert watching Jethro's sheep, his father-in-law's sheep, right? Okay, but then God appeared to him in a burning bush. We had a divine shift from Chronos to um, Kairos time, when God says, it's time for you to go set my people free. And then, of course, you may know the story. The children of Israel came out of 430 years in Egypt, but then they squandered and frittered that away with their grumbling and complaining and disobedience, right? And they had to spend 40 years of Chronos time waiting in the desert, right? And then Joshua was the one to enter into the Kairos moment to take them across the Jordan River, the second generation who had come out of Egypt and to the promised land. And so we see this going on. Apostle Paul had to be trained and in the Chronos season of his life, and then he was released into Kairos time when they laid hands on him and sent him out and whatnot, and the world has never been the same. So the point is that I know that you and I live a lot of our life in the Chronos, just this day after day, maybe even unglamorous, controversial days, difficult days, complicated days, and I understand that. But there is a Kairos moment coming, one that is pregnant with purpose and destiny, where the harvest is coming in your life. So let's not grow weary in well doing, but in due season we shall reap if we faint not. That Kairos time is coming, that divine shift is coming for you, for me, for us. I'm believing God for things. You're believing God for things for you and your family members, your coworkers, your ministries, your small group members. I don't know. But don't grow weary. Harvest is coming. God is faithful. So I want to encourage you with that today, all right? Hang on for your Kairos moment because God is faithful and he will deliver us, all right? So for now, I'm David, your virtual mentor, reminding you that I'm always for you and I'm never against you. Take care. Have a good day.